Hi, hello, how are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Maddie, and I am a science fiction fantasy author working on a romantic science fantasy. And if you are not new here, thank you so much for coming back. It means the world to me. If you're not new, then you know it has been a hot minute since I have posted anything. So I guess we should address the elephant in the room, or the fact that I'm in a different room. I moved during my impromptu hiatus, and it was incredibly stressful. I tried to continue working on A Collision of Stardust as much as I could, but I just didn't have the energy to also film and edit. And then when it was getting really close up until the actual move, it was just too much to keep writing. So I just kind of had to take care of moving and getting settled into a new space. And I still have things like that is stuff that needs to go to Goodwill because I realized I don't need it and I don't want anything that I don't need to an extent. So I'm here now and I don't want to yap endlessly about everything that I had been doing, but I do have like a few updates, especially with A Collision of Stardust, since I am in that zero to first draft series. And it's really interesting because moving felt like such a closing of a chapter and starting of a new one. I had been in my previous house for 7 years, so I had a lot of life spent there. And, I started my YouTube channel in that house. I decided to go back to school and I graduated while living there. And just a lot of things happened within that time frame where you grow connected to a place, and even though it was time to leave, it was still difficult. So that was tricky, but it was for the best. But yeah, it just felt like the chapter was closing and this new chapter in this new space is opening up. So it felt weird thinking about going back to, my YouTube series that I'm like in the middle of. It is in transition. It is not yet complete. And yet this other part of my life is just done. And in such like a finite, tangible way. Like I am physically in a different space. So yeah, there was definitely some growing pains. And I've actually tried to film this vlog because I really want to get back into the flow of everything and get this draft done for one. But I just was kind of in a funk. I'm tired of being in that funk. I think that I just had like a difficult time. Well, let's backtrack. Let's go to A Collision of Stardust. The reason we are here, right? Or maybe not. I don't know your reason for watching the vlog, but that's my reason for structuring these vlogs is around this work in progress. And I had gotten to almost 40,000 words in the draft that I started at the end of March, beginning of April. That kind of kicked off this series. Well, I mean, I did the reverse outline and things like that, and I realized that I was growing increasingly unhappy with the direction of the draft. I hated the prose that I was writing because I was so invested in speed, and I just was taking way too much from my zero draft that I knew I wasn't happy with. And I got to a point where, number one, this huge chapter of my life is closing, and I'm just thinking, like, if I know I don't like A, B, and C with this draft, why am I going to get to a point where I finish it so I can hand it off to people who tell me that A, B, and C is wrong, and I don't get to learn about X, Y, and Z problems because these glaring issues were here when X, Y, and Z is like really what I need to fix. So I made the decision to start my draft over and focus more on the quality of words over the quantity. Now, of course, because I want to get this out in 2027, I still have a deadline that I need to hold myself to, but the quality comes first before the quantity and amount of words that I'm just like throwing down on my draft. And I am so much happier with it, taking the time to really think through the experience of the characters and the space that they are existing in is turning this draft into something that is so much better. It is so much stronger. I'm much happier with it. And now that I'm getting a feel for, oh yeah, like getting into a style of prose that I enjoy and I think is workable and not just totally like bare bones getting the story down, it feels a lot better. I feel a lot more confident and it feels more in line with this whole like shift. I don't know. I think it's going to be kind of an easygoing week. We'll see if anything surprising and fun pops up. But as of right now, it's mostly chill, just working on this book and seeing how far I can get into the draft. So it is Tuesday night. I'm going to film, I'm going to record for Instagram and TikTok. I'm at 2,892, so I need to be at like 3,900, perhaps 3,800, somewhere around there to be on track. Right now, I'm still in the exposition, establishing the like current everyday life and really getting into his want and the character relationships that he is currently involved with. And I do think that it's really setting up the stage for the inciting incident and then the ensuing events and new character relationships. So I'm really excited for that. I think one of the things that I'm happiest with so far is that I have a lot more room in the sandbox to explore Aphelian's relationship with his sister in this new draft, which is such an important relationship to establish not only who he is, but why he is, and really having them mirror each other. Whereas in earlier drafts, she was a very small character. And again, that relationship is just so integral. So I'm really looking forward to having that extra space and extra word count to really develop that a bit more. And I think that with who she is and who he is and how they're engaging with the world around them makes for just a more immersive world building experience as well, since one character can only experience the world in their way, and having other characters, builds off of that and really piggybacks off of that. So yeah, I'm feeling really good, though I am noticing that I'm kind of in this phase right now where I am like, oh my God, I've written so many words. I'm going to be at like 1,000 words and it's at like 400. I think my word count for today, let's see. Oops, wrong one. I've written 460 words today, which is, I need to write about 1,000 more. yesterday was Wednesday, so that means it was writing sprints. And, writing sprints, you would think they would be my more productive days. They really aren't. They are definitely more yappy days, but that is good for me because I work from home. So my social interactions are kind of limited to what you would normally get if you're at like a 9 to 5. And it's like my enrichment time, very important. So it's always a good time to just like chat and talk. And I did get about 750 words in. I think I have to update my word count into Pacemaker Planner just to get the exact idea. But I'm going to eat and read a bit. I am still reading Between Two Fires, and I will check in with you later. Thursday evening, I ended up having one of those days where you just feel like really depressed and can't do anything. So I still managed to get a few hundred words in, but it definitely wasn't what I would have liked or preferred. And then Friday ended up being an incredibly busy day. We had to drive all the way down to Denver. And since we were already down there, there is this Japanese general store that I had really been wanting to go to. And the last time we were in Denver, it was closed. So we stopped by and it was so cute. And the owners are in Japan, but we talked with the owner's mom and she was really nice. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I would highly recommend if you are in the Denver or visiting Denver area to go to Oka General Store. I ended up getting a denim tote bag, a soy sauce, like a little sauce plate, and then a Moomin mug. So very fun time. And then Saturday, and then I ended up not writing that day because it was so busy. Saturday was Loveland Pride. I drove down to Pride. I said hi to MJ and walked around. It was a lot of fun. Everyone was so nice. And there were a lot of people there, which is awesome. I grabbed lunch and I got barbecue or pulled pork nachos, which were very filling, which was great because I had been like walking around and it was so hot. So getting that was fantastic. And it was great to see MJ because we are quite far from one another, even though we're in the same state. So that was really nice and it was a lot of fun. And I wrote, but it wasn't anything crazy. I think I hit about 1,000 words. So that brings us to Sunday. You can see I have a rebounder behind me because I got one because I work from home and I'm writing. Like that is a lot of sitting. So I wanted an easy way to get movement. It said this was foldable. And it is, but it's not conveniently foldable. So I haven't quite determined what the deal is going to be. It might just be something that is foldable if we have people coming over, and then the rest of the time it's just kind of awkwardly hanging out in various places. But, we'll see about that. But today it's my goal to write and then also take an IKEA trip, which, full transparency, I already went to IKEA, but for the sake of the vlog, I just feel like it'll flow better if it's not like 5 solid minutes of B-roll and voiceover. Like we need to have a little bit of variety. So for the sake of the video, let's all pretend together that I haven't gone to IKEA yet. So OMG, I'm so excited to go to IKEA because we still need a few things for the house. And then when I get back, it'll be more writing time. So I'm gonna go right now, drive down to IKEA. Yay! OMG, I just got back from IKEA. I haven't done anything else since getting back. IKEA was a lot of fun. We did find some good stuff for the house. We got some new plates and dinner bowls, which I can tell I'm getting older because nothing excites me more than a good dinner bowl. And I got a new pan because I somehow I managed to ruin a ceramic pan. And I was so mad at myself. Well, somehow, I know exactly what I did. I forgot to turn off the burner, which is a problem in and of itself. But I forgot to turn off the burner, and so it just cooked I had drizzled a little bit of oil. So I think I had made like an egg in the pan. And so it just baked to the bottom of the pan, and I tried to clean it and I couldn't. And it was really, really depressing. But now I have a new ceramic pan that I will not ruin. We got some plates and we got some blinds, which is really nice. I feel like it lets a lot more light in without just like being open so everyone can just like peek in and see, which you'll have to let me know if you are this way too. I am so nosy. Like if your blinds are open, I'm going to be looking in your windows, not for any like nefarious reason, but I'm just nosy and I like to see how people set up their homes. Like if there was a tour that just took you into people's houses to show off their living rooms or something, I would go on every single one. I'm so nosy. So because of that, I don't like having my windows open just for anyone to look, because I know what nosy people do. So yeah, I found some. I really like them. There's still a few things we need that IKEA it wasn't bringing the heat. One of them is a coffee table, so I'm still using my box full of board games as a coffee table for the time being, and then we need a few more, like a shelving unit out in the living room as well. But yeah, that is all a bunch of like life updates. Writing updates. I have already gotten 1,000 words done today, which I'm really excited for. I was feeling a little bit of a slump, but I don't think that was necessarily the story. I think that was more just my emotional state filling in, and I had been getting distracted really easily, just going to my phone the minute something felt hard. So this morning I really pushed through. I mean, I had to do laundry, so I was like, you know what, while I'm waiting for the cycles to go through, I'm just going to write. And that was really helpful. I think sometimes getting out of a slump, it's just pushing through. And even if that means you are just sitting there for like 15 minutes thinking, that's what it takes to get you out of it. But now that I'm home, I'm just going to pick up dinner because it was a long day and I would like to get some more writing in because I would like to slowly catch up. I think I'm supposed to be at 13,000 words. I don't know if I will quite get that, but we're going to get as close as we can, and hopefully just doing that, breaking it up every day and trying to push a little bit harder than the 1,000 daily word goal will get me caught up. And hopefully then I can shorten my deadline, but we'll see. I'm not going to force myself to do that, but I would like to put it into the universe that if I can accomplish that, that would make me really happy. Yeah, so I'm going to pick up some dinner, keep writing, and I will check in with you guys later.